guys, welcome back to Tokyo Cheapo. I'm your host Patricia.
I'm Aila.
And today we are back in Ueno. Last year we made a video about Ueno and
today we have some new tips, some personal recommendations, and some places you might not have heard of before. So let's get started.
What's up?
If you're in Japan, you have to try Japanese sweets and dessert. And what's better than going to a store that's been around since 1948?
So we stopped by this place called Anmitsu Mihashi, which is right by Ueno Station, and picked up some dessert. They've got a ton of different things like ambata, kakigori, which is shaved ice, and different types of like anmitsu, soft cream. But we went for their classic anmitsu, which is what they're known for.
Anmitsu is a Japanese traditional dessert that has anko, red beans, shiratama, agar, and seasonal fruits. And it might not be for everyone, but I think it's something you should try.
So we went ahead and got the shiratama anmitsu because I love shiratama, and boom, that's what it looks like. So you can actually eat inside the restaurant or cafe, but we actually got takeout and then just headed over to Ueno Park, which is right across the street. And the way that they do the takeout is actually quite genius. Everything is separated so that if you're picky, you can pick and choose what you want to actually put inside. We went ahead and got the shiratama anmitsu, so there's a ton of shiratama. I was only expecting like 2 or 3, but they're very generous. I want a bite of a little bit of everything. This mochi is very mochi. Okay, itadakimasu. Why did I blow on it?
Is it mochi mochi?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's so nice. I love that it's like not too sweet. The only like sweet bit of it is the black sugar syrup and the anko. But the anko is it's like koshian, so not too much texture. So nice, like the perfect amount of sweetness. Wow, that's what I like about Asian like treats. It's not too much, and there's so many different textures. I love the texture of this agar jelly. It's a little bit hard, gelatinous, really nice. So this came out to be 660 yen, which I think is a really good deal for the quality that you're getting, especially from somewhere that has so much history. Yeah, I feel like it's a really good summer treat too. It's really light and refreshing.
I'm not a huge fan of anko, but you gotta try it, right? You just gotta try it. I would like to just see how it is. Thank you.
Yeah.
I would do the same and try to get everything, I guess. Itadakimasu.
Thoughts?
This anko is actually so easy to eat. It's not sweet, as you said, or not too sweet. And I think the main reason why I don't like anko is sometimes if it's tsubuan, there's these, basically the beans still kind of in the anko. And that I'm not a huge fan of. But this one is a very smooth textured anko. So it's super easy to eat and actually complements everything in here. It makes the flavor just come together a little more. So I'm a fan. You gotta come try it. If I can do it, you can too.
So we're here at Nezu Shrine, which is a Shinto shrine that's only about a 20-minute walk from Ueno Park.
It was built in 1705 and it's known to be the longest standing worshipping ground in the area. So has a lot of history, super vast, huge, great architecture. It's a nice calming area.
Yeah, it's actually, I think, your first time here, right?
It is, yeah.
My first time here too, and I'm really surprised by how calm and peaceful it is. There are obviously more visitors nowadays with Japan becoming more popular, but I'm quite surprised by how it's not like overcrowded. It's really peaceful.
And if you do come, you know, keep in mind, it is a worshiping ground, it is a temple, keep respectful.
Don't be doing pull-ups on the torii gates.
Yes, and that kind of brings me to another point. If you thought you can only see torii gates in Kyoto, you thought wrong. There's a huge, long path where you can walk through all the red torii gates, and it was really pretty. It was so gorgeous.
And it was quite cool because if you go to the one in Kyoto, you're probably always like, there's people in your pictures and stuff, but I think we got it to ourselves at one point. So you can just take pictures.
But that also, yeah, if you are here, don't be holding up the line because you want to take pictures. So keep that in mind.
Just be respectful.
Yes. Are they wild? They are, right? Because little legs. I kind of want to just pick it up, but no, don't do that. If any of our videos has helped you plan your trip or was useful in any way, like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help us keep making these videos for you. If you love Japanese cakes, crepes, cookies, pudding, come to Domremy. It basically has a bunch of cakes, puddings, all that stuff that aren't pretty enough to go to the proper big department stores. So they basically have, for example, they have the side pieces of all the crepes all packed into one thing, and it was like 300 yen. They have their own actual original hoodie, which is 90 yen. You cannot find that even in convenience stores. They also had roll cakes, but like I think the sides of the roll cakes, so they're not perfectly circular, but the amount that you get in this plastic bag for like 250, 300 yen, it's crazy. Just walking through it and seeing all the cheap stuff was so fun to me. Does it even matter if it's pretty? It's all going in your mouth anyway. And Patricia was mentioning how this is a great spot to come if you kind of want to go on a picnic in Ueno Park after lunch or something.
They even had an almond caramel cookie that was like a lot cheaper than what you would get anywhere else. And it's only because the little side bit of it was cracked. But you're gonna break it apart anyways when you eat it, so it's a deal.
I've never seen that big of a chunk as well. Usually you only get the tiny pieces, but that place had like a huge chunk for 500 yen, I think it was.
Something like that.
Crazy deal. This place is right in front of the train station, literally just a crossing away. So if you're gonna go to Tohoku or something on the Shinkansen, you might want to just stop by here to get a cake for your way. Domremy, Domremy, Domremy. That's all we know. Domremy, Domremy. I got mangosteen. I haven't seen mangosteen anywhere in Japan, but seeing it here, I couldn't say no. I had to. Kind of expensive, but it's worth it. Now I'm gonna carry it all day.
Another place you can stop by is the Ameyoko Center Biru, which is kind of like an underground depachika little markets that they have right on the Ameyoko street. Downstairs, you'll find a lot of things like ethnic, spices, food, lots of varieties of different seafood. I actually used to come here to get my Chinese snacks as well. They have a lot of just different things that you probably would have a hard time finding in other parts of Tokyo. They also have markets like this around Shin-Okubo or Nakano, the one that we went to in our previous video. So if you're missing a little bit of home and you just want to pick up those spices or snacks, stop by. So under the train tracks is where you'll find all the local eateries and izakayas. They even are so popular that they're so busy in the daytime too. So you'll see locals like drink and grab chicken skewers during the day. When you're in Ueno, you're probably gonna come across a ton of different good smelling like restaurants, foods, drinks, all that. But today we stopped by Niku no Ohyama, which is famous for their menchikatsus.
Yes, they have a bunch of different fried stuff for an insane price. And they also have really cheap drinks as well. And it's a standing bar, so you kind of just walk in, get your food, stand in front of the store, eat whatever, and go on your way. So it's a great kind of stop along the way if you're just walking around Ueno and want a bite to eat.
Or you have drunchies and you want something, you know, late at night before you hop on your train.
I got the Yamitsuki Menchi for 150 yen. And I also got a pineapple sour for 350 yen, because it's never too early to start drinking, but drink responsibly.
And I got the Tokse Menchi, which was really nice. It's got this like kind of meaty texture. I kind of like when it has a lot of meatiness to it. It was 220 yen, which I think was a really good deal. It's cheap, it's good, it's quick. Stop by. If you're in the area, you can also stop by Takeya. They've got 3 different buildings and they all specialize in a different department, and it's basically a huge discount store. So Takeya 1 has all this kind of like, they've got the supermarket, the Daiso, all that kind of stuff. It kind of resembles like a huge discount store like Don Quixote. And then Takeya 3 has fashion goods, and then Takeya 2 over here has different chain restaurants like Kurazushi and McDonald's.
It's very comparable in terms of goods and price to Don Quixote. However, there's way less people, it's more organized, so you probably find that thing you're looking for much easier.
And they have their own mascot, which is a panda.
When you think of Ueno, you think skyscrapers, city, restaurants, and all that stuff. But you can still find shrines like this.
We're here at Yushima Tenjin Shrine, which apparently has been here since the year 458. So a lot of people come here to pray for their success in academics and all of that stuff. So there's actually 2 different entrances. The one that we came from actually has a road called Gakumon no Michi, which kind of means like the path of learning, the path of education. So that's why people like me who have a test coming up should come here to pray for good luck and extra brain power.
So you'll see a lot of students coming here writing on emas, and we just looked at a bunch of emas that was just on the wall there, and it was a lot to do with how they want a specific grade for their exam and how they want to do well on their N2 exam and this and this and that. So yeah, if you have an exam coming up, maybe write on the ema and put it on the wall. There's also a smaller shrine at the bottom of the stairs at the Gakumon no Michi. And there you'll find little turtles.
Yeah.
That was so cute. That's all I wanted to say. The turtles are just so cute.
So a lot of people will actually go to the shrine in Ueno Park because it's closer to the station maybe and more well known. But I recommend coming to places like this that are a little bit more hidden, quiet, and they also have like the seating area with some vending machines. So I think it's a nice place to just get some shade, chill out.
Hide out from the crowd. You can also see some nice colored decorations behind me because of Tanabata coming in July.
Speaking of Tanabata, if you're here in July, I would check out the Tanabata Matsuri, which happens right around Kappabashi Station. There's lots of activities and street food, things for kids. It's a really good time. It's kind of like a matsuri, which is something that you should experience if you're here. Tanabata is a traditional Japanese festival where basically a legendary couple gets to meet once a year by crossing the Milky Way. And if you're looking for a toilet, there's a toilet that's public right across from the shrine. One thing I love about Ueno is they've got two sides. You've got the crazy, chaotic Ameyoko side, and then you've got this side, the peaceful pond with the boats in the back. It's a nice little area to sit down, catch some shade.
And during cherry blossom season, the whole area is just filled with cherry blossoms. It does get quite busy because everyone comes here to go watch the cherry blossoms, but because this park is huge, you could just keep walking and you'll be able to find spots without much people. And throughout July, there's a bunch of festivals going on. So there's some matsuris there, some lantern festivals down there. It's just a great spot to hang out over the summer. And during cherry blossom season, there are some festivals as well. So it's just a festival all around. Good area to come.
One of the festivals that they have in July is actually the Sumidagawa Firework Festival. And usually if you go to the main areas where people watch them, it gets really, really crowded. Shinobazu Pond is a great place to just look at the fireworks without being right by the river where all the crowd is.
And all year round, you can get on one of these swan boats. But if you don't want to be in a swan, you can have a little notebook moment and go on the little canoe rowboats. There's also the Tokyo Hometown Support Festival in the Fountain Square closer to the museums, and there you'll be able to find bon odori, beer, matsuri vibes. The main events are held in Halloween and Christmas. However, there's also an event in early July, so check that out if you want to dance and drink beer.
Another festival they have is the Ueno Summer Festival, where they have floating lanterns go up and also antique markets and music and dance performances. So that was our recommendations for this Ueno and Ueno area. Do you have a favorite out of the things?
Oh yes, I love the Niku no Ohyama. The menchikatsu is just so good. And of course, Nezu Shrine. I've never been, so it was a great experience. And yeah, favorite.
Well, I was gonna say Nezu Shrine too, but I will go ahead and say Anmitsu Mihashi. I really, really enjoyed that Anmitsu. I think it's really high quality. Yeah, so those were our recommendations.
Let us know what your favorites was. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and we'll see you next time.
Bye guys.